Can
Okay.
you guys see? You can see my screen.
Yep. You're good to go.
Sweet. What's up, everybody? I'll give you guys like a couple seconds to get yourself situated before we learn today. We're gonna be learning about breakdown momentums, channels, as well as how to identify like consolidation channels. Here, I like to use SPY because it's very channel driven as far as the way that the stock runs. So what we call it here is breakdown momentum. And what you want to know in breakdown momentum is never go against the trend. So you never want to really swing calls in what we call a breakdown momentum. And why is this a breakdown momentum? And the reason being is because if you notice at this candle here, it broke the trend of it being bullish to it being bearish, and that creates what we call the breakdown momentum. So in this time frame, if you were to try to swing calls anytime during this breakdown momentum, you would have noticed that none of your calls would have hit, and you would have just been deeper and deeper down in the money on SPY. Now when you notice that it broke that downward momentum, this channel is what we call the breakout momentum. This is where you want to buy calls. And we're looking at the daily here on the 6 months. So this is primarily what we're talking about in the terms of swings. You can do it on a daily or like a 15-minute chart, 30-minute chart, stuff like that. But right now we're looking at a daily. So this is primarily we're talking about swings. You can see here, it then turned from a breakdown momentum into a breakout momentum, which means that it's in an uptrend. Now, in these breakout momentums, it's a great time to hold calls, do long calls. If you noticed here, you would have got in at April. If you would have bought, let's say, September, October calls, you would have been writing, your premiums up all the way for those, 6, 7 months, whatever the case may be. If you notice, as soon as it broke that breakout momentum, it became, again, breakdown momentum. And if you notice, your puts, if you would have got in when it broke down, which was at 278, you would have rode your broke down momentum all the way down to 237, so a 50-point rundown. If you notice that it didn't break its breakdown momentum. When it broke, breakdown momentum was about right here. If you notice, there's a reversal going on right here with this engulfing candle. This then, and on that engulfing candle, became a bullish trend. Bullish engulfing candles tend to be reversal candles. So if you notice, as soon as that bullish engulfing candle came, the trend became bullish on SPY, and it broke out into a breakout momentum again, where you would want to buy calls. You would have bought calls at that bullish engulfing candle, which was at the 240 mark. You could have rode the breakout momentum channel all the way until 343, almost a little bit over 100-point run up. And then if you notice, it broke its trend here on February 24th. Again, once it broke that breakout momentum channel, it then turns into breakdown momentum. And if you notice, it's just back and forth. You're writing puts, you're writing calls, you're writing puts, you're writing calls, and it's all within a channel. If you would have got puts at when it broke the breakout momentum channel, that's here at 324. You could have rode puts all the way to the low of 220. almost another 100-point rundown on SPY. So these breakdown momentum channels are a great way to let you know if you should swing long on calls or if you should play puts, when reversals are coming for you to quit your puts and jump back into calls, and vice versa. Now, let's see if we can find, let's see if I can find what we call a consolidation area, which would be, right. So this is what we call consolidation, where you have no uptrend or downtrend. If you see before, it had a breakout momentum, and then it turned into consolidation. And then when it broke consolidation, it turned into a breakdown momentum. And then when this candle, if we will draw a little channel here, extend this channel this way, you can see once it broke the consolidation channel, it became breakdown momentum. When this candle here broke that channel, this candle right there, then this channel became breakout momentum. So if you would have jumped into that candle that broke the trend at 415, you could have rode it all the way to the high at 422. And that's on a 1 hour chart right now. So you could have rode that for a couple days, I guess, a swing for a day or so. You would have rode that 10-point swing. So being able to identify where the price action is trading in, whether if it's breakout momentum, whether if it's consolidation, whether if it's breakdown momentum, allows you to know whether or not you should either consolidation area, not do anything, don't buy calls or puts and wait for a direction. Or if it's in breakdown momentum, as we see here, then we want to buy puts and ride the puts all the way down until we see the trend break. And then when the trend breaks, we want to buy calls and ride the calls all the way up until the next trend comes, which is right here, which is what we call, again, the consolidation area. At this point, we would want to sell our calls and wait for either a break up and continuation or exactly what we see here, which is a break below the consolidation, and now it's breakdown momentum. Now you can ride puts. Then what happens? You have a candle that breaks that trend, which is this candle right here. And now currently you have a breakout momentum trend. So now when this trend price action breaks below this, it's either going to consolidate sideways or it's going to continue breaking down and create another breakdown momentum, or it's going to continue to ride up and continue continuation of extending the breakout momentum. And that's how you can identify with the price action what the stock is doing, what channel it's in, and what you should do depending on where that price action is in that channel. And that's pretty much it on how to identify breakout, breakdown momentum, consolidation areas, and what to do in there. If any of you have any questions on that, I'm happy to answer them. If you have any tickers that you want me to look at and identify what trend it's in, I'm happy to do that as well. I don't know if people are in the chat or they can unmute themselves or.
Can you not see the chat?
No, hold on.
People are saying, well, I said Tesla, and then someone said Home Depot. Someone said CCIV, and then
All right.
Dash.
So what do we want to look at first? First, I heard Tesla.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not happy with Tesla. Forget Tesla. What's the next one?
Home Depot.
Home Depot. HD. No result. Why is it?
Facebook too.
Give me no results. All right. Give me 1 second. Stop my screen share. Here. Facebook chart. Open. All right, so first one here is Facebook. Let's go ahead and take out some of my stuff here. I have some of my indicators. Straight price action. All right, whoever said Facebook, what are you in Facebook? Are you in swings? Do you want to look at the daily? Are you looking at a day trade or just in general? I'm in a swing trade. All right, you're in a swing trade. Are you in puts or are you in calls? Call. Sweet. All right, so right here we can identify just on the daily. Go to channel. That Facebook was in a consolidation here. Once Facebook was in a consolidation here. Once it broke out of its consolidation, it became in breakout momentum. Right now, it went a short-term breakdown momentum, but you notice this candle here that broke that trend is now creating a new breakout momentum area. However, it's not a real strong area. It's for a swing trade, I would be careful. You definitely want to see it break the 316 area, but as soon as it breaks 313.41, it's going to start creating a new channel, whether that's going to be sideways continuation or it's going to create another breakdown momentum channel. So just make sure that you keep watch of those areas as far as for your swing. And that's for Facebook. All right. So don't worry, you're not a dumbass for being in calls. You just got to watch it. If it breaks at 316, you're good. If it breaks 313, make sure you stop. It's gonna create a new channel. All right, so let me exit out of Facebook here. And Home Depot, someone asked about. So here's the Home Depot chart. Please, whoever called out Home Depot, let me know if you're in calls, swings, puts, day trades, whatever you're in, so that way I can look at the appropriate time chart for you. Right? Trent, you said someone said Home Depot?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to assume that they're in calls and swings. So we're just going to go ahead and look at that. I mean, it's without question. We can see this right off the bat that Home Depot was in a breakout momentum channel for a good while. Wider here. Pretend this continues to go that way. So you can see that it's been in breakout momentum for a while. However, right now it's in breakdown momentum. So I would long-term puts on Home Depot until it can break that bearish breakdown momentum. Once it can break that, which is, you know, around 323, 325, probably the three, you know, you see a candle in that, you know, that $2-3 range that closes, you're going to want to see a confirmation candle after that. And if it ends up being bullish, you can notice that the trend is either going to go into breakout momentum or it's going to flag and go into continuation. But currently, right now, Home Depot is in breakdown momentum compared to the breakout momentum that it was in for, you know, past couple months or so. If you can notice here on the chart, let's get this out here, here, here. This is straight consolidation area. There's no upward trend. There's no downward trend. It is straight horizontal, like a flat board. That's textbook consolidation. Here, here, here. That is breakout momentum. So you want to play calls, ride those calls all the way up. Then you notice that it starts to go flat. All right, consolidating. Let's get out of our calls. That way we don't get beta eaten. Let's hold our calls. Let's see until we get, you know, a break, you know, as far as a direction of where we want to go. Then you got a little pullback here, not enough to really strong convict that it's going to go bearish. And then all of a sudden you got a full bullish breakout momentum that you could ride all the way until you see that bearish hanging star candle, hangman candle, whatever you want to call this bearish reversal candle. That's a good indicator there. And then once this candle opened up, this is what we call our confirmation candle. It lets you know, okay, confirmation that HD is now starting to go bearish and now you're in breakdown momentum. I have another chart up here. Someone called out. Give me 1 second. I promise I'll pull up all your charts that you're asking. Someone asked for CCIV. My guess is you're in swings on CCIV, and I'm assuming that you're in calls, but whoever called out CCIV, again, tell me what position you're in, and that way I can properly look at the time frame for you. I think it was Magic Carp that called out CCIV. Daniel saying call swings. I'm assuming that's your CCIV too, so I'm going to go with the majority since he's the only one that answered. So let's go to 6-month daily because that's what we want to look at for swings. Right now, I mean, it goes without saying this is kind of a good chart to. All right, sorry, man. So channel here, this is a good chart for beginners to learn because it's, you know, fairly new in its running. So it's, you know, not really much diversity here. So you see here, this is a breakout momentum. And obviously this candle right here, once this candle opened up here, you knew that you had a trend reversal. So you knew that your breakout momentum was dying at this candle here. However, what we're trying to figure out is what channel this candle is going to give us. Is it going to give us continuation or is it going to give us downward momentum? Right now, we're in a, I would consider this a hybrid. Technically, we're in a downward. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Let me bring that back up. Hold on 1 second. I got my long port real fast. Sorry, it just kicked me out. All right, so we had breakout momentum. We talked about this candle here. We said, what is it going to do? What channel is it going to go into? technically, this is considered breakdown momentum. However, it's not really a strong breakdown momentum. This is a strong breakout momentum. This is kind of like a semi-hybrid of a consolidation and a downward break or a breakdown momentum, if you can see here. I'm thinking that this is consolidation because it's riding the bottom of the consolidation area here. However, early on, the dips help create that downward momentum area, but it's trying to break it. If you can notice right here, it's hitting the top here. If it can break CCIV, the next daily candle, the next 2 days, if it can break this downward breakdown momentum channel, it's going to then turn into a consolidation channel. And then what you want to see is for it to break the consolidation channel, which is up here around the 42 mark, for it to start converging into another breakout momentum like this here. Trent, are we still good to show a couple more charts people are asking?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So give me 1 second. Let me exit out of CCIV. So that's your analysis for that. Again, CCIV is in a slight breakdown momentum. It's trying to break that. So take a look at the next couple days. If it can break 1961, it's now entering consolidation area. Once it breaks 4240, it'll then start creating another breakout momentum area. So that's CCIV. Next, someone asked for NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a really good one to show. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up that chart. And while I'm pulling up NVIDIA, thank you guys very much for participating and asking charts for us to look up, engaging in the education today.
Thanks, Gabe.
Yeah. Let me pull up the chat. Someone said NVIDIA, someone said JP Morgan, and let me pull up JP. I might pull up all these charts to ask.
Bitcoin would be a good one.
RBLX, Bitcoin. Can I pull up? Let me see if I can pull up Bitcoin. No, I'll pull up Bitcoin though. I have to pull it up on CoinGecko. That's the only one that'll let me go channels. And someone said IBM. So let me grab IBM, and then after IBM, we'll do Bitcoin. All right. So first up is JP Morgan. JP Morgan. And just so that I don't repeat myself, if you ask for a chart and your chart comes up, please in the chat, let me know what position you're in, so that way I can properly look at the time frame and go over, exactly what trade you're in. The video is coming up. Don't worry. JP Morgan, what trade you're in? Who said JP Morgan? Hoodrich. You were looking to get one. All right. So I'll just quick analysis on it then. Right now it's on a swing. It is in breakout momentum right now. It's on the bottom half of the breakout momentum range. It looks like it's been in breakout momentum since here, which is October 30th of last year. You can notice that it broke out of consolidation. So whenever it's consolidating and then you get a direction, it's usually a good sign to run that direction long. The longer the consolidation, the longer the breakout. You can notice this consolidation is almost as even as this breakout right now. So You can either see a continuation, and if you do, I would probably play calls to 176, or if you see a break below 160, it's going to start a downward breakdown momentum trend. But that's JP Morgan. Downward trend, consolidation, upward trend. All right. NVIDIA. I know. NVIDIA's coming. NVIDIA's coming. Nah, that's IBM. All right. I'm going to get you NVIDIA. Don't worry. I'll find it. NVIDIA. There you go. NVIDIA. All right. Where you at? What position? Talk to me. Looking to get in YouTube? Oh, man. All right. I got you. No worries. So you're in a position. All right. I mean, just looking at the price action over, oh, that's 10 minutes. Oh, never mind. All right. Swing. Boom. Channel. Channel. Bam. All right. So we have a breakdown momentum, consolidation, breakout momentum. And none of these things go away. And right now you're in breakdown momentum. So if you're in puts, you're looking good. However, today's candle is hitting the top of the breakdown momentum range. If it breaks above that, you're either going to want to see a breakout momentum going for bullish calls, or you want to sit cash on the sidelines as it consolidates and you want to see for a trend break. However, if the next tomorrow candle opens up the below or at the closing of today's candle, you can probably expect it to continue its downward trend, and puts is going to be your play, and you're going to want to, play it down in the channel. But right now it's in down breakdown momentum. So currently right now, I wouldn't get in any calls or anything like that if that was the position that you were looking for. All right, that's NVIDIA. Someone said IBM, so give me a second. Let me go ahead and pull up some IBM. IBM, again, please let me know the positions that you're in so I can properly look at what you're looking at. Otherwise, I'm just going to go and look at swings. You got in 600 calls for NVIDIA yesterday? Oh, damn. Well, keep I don't know what your expiration is. You didn't say so, but just keep an eye on it. IBM said 521, 141 put. All right, you're in 141 put. Let's see if your puts were properly channeled. So, oh, wait, no, wrong option. Channel. All right, so here we got consolidation, right? Because we're doing what? A, trading upward, B, trading sideward, C, trading downward. Answer is B, we're trading sideways, consolidation. Chose B, you got it correct. Here, we are in breakout momentum. If you got puts, right now you're trading in the middle of the breakout momentum channel. So puts, I don't know, it can go either way. If you're playing a scalp, you want to see the candle break below or open below today's close candle. And then, I would scalp that. But if you're looking for a swing, your confirmation is going to be if it breaks below 139. And then that's going to create a new trend. Either it's going to be a breakdown momentum trend, or it's going to be a consolidation trend. But right now you're playing in the middle. are you actually in this position or are you thinking about this position? You're in. Okay, so sorry guys, I know this isn't part of what I'm teaching, but he is actually in this call right now. So I'm gonna add exactly what I taught on Friday, mix with today to go ahead and give this guy a little live Zoom TA. All right, so you see here, my dude, right now you're getting a Bollinger Band squeeze. You're trading in the middle of the mean and you're trading in between standard deviation 1. That's what we call no man's land. So the time to have gotten your puts would have been May 10th here on this candle, and your confirmation is here. If you got inputs anytime here, you're going to want to hold that, and you're going to want to see a break of 141.87 for it to consider being short-term bearish. If you see it break above 145.24, I would cut your puts because now you're trading in between the bullish channel of the Bollinger Band. However, you see it's getting super tight here on the daily. So that means that it's going to make a move one way or the other. It's going to go down or it's going to go up. So if you want to gamble that it's going to go down, then you want to watch and make sure that it doesn't break that standard deviation 1 top. If it breaks that standard deviation 1 bottom, that's your confirmation that your puts are going to go ahead and cash. And that's a TA on your position there. I think that was all the tickers that were in the chat. Someone said RBLX. I didn't do that one yet. Shelly, are you in that or are you looking to get in that? Swing, are you in it? Yes. Okay. All right. Give me a second. Let me pull it up. Sorry, Trent. All right. Oh, scary red candle pull up on the live phone. Where it swings. All right. Is this like a fairly new stock? Or is E-Trade just not giving me?
It's new.
Oh, okay. So new right off the bat, if you're swinging, you are you're in consolidation mode right off the bat. There's no direction that it's trading in right now. Since open, if you can notice, you see it's ranging. Top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. Right now it's to the top. By trend's sake, if it's going to continue ranging in consolidation, I will play puts down to the bottom. Once it hit the bottom, I will play calls. However, once it breaks, if you see that, tomorrow there's a candle that opens up above the close and pushes above 78.60, 78.25 and holds, and then the next day you get another confirmation candle that's above that line. Now you're starting to get a trend reversal for a breakout momentum. If you see it start to come down here, it's starting to trade on the bottom of the consolidation area here, and it breaks this bottom here, then you want to look for confirmation and continuation of breakdown momentum, which I'll just draw here. Imagine candles falling down in this area here. That's breakdown momentum. If you have your continuation candles up here, this is breakout momentum. But right now, as you can see, it's trading straight consolidation right now. So if you are in calls and you are in swing, hopefully you brought some time on those calls to be able to actually get confirmation on a direction, because you don't want to buy calls that are, let's say, a month out or something like that. And this does what it's been doing the last couple of weeks, is hit the top of the consolidation area and come back down. Now you're back holding all the way down here. Now you're hoping that it breaks, comes back up and continues. But if it doesn't and it comes down here and breaks down momentum, then you're in the same boat as you were before. So that is for Roblox Corp. Anyone else have any other tickers that they want me to hit before I throw up Bitcoin? Yeah, Trent, you mind if I throw up Airbnb for someone before Bitcoin?
Sure.
Cool. All right, Airbnb, one of my favorite tickers. You have 155 calls. What's your expiration? I love Airbnb, by the way. Love it. 618. Airbnb is one of my favorites, man. So first, without even drawing a channel, you have a gap fill, about to fill it over here at the 140 mark, 139. It's passing. I use a 200-day SMA, which is the big kind of like institutional, benchmark. Right now, you're getting an open right on it, and it's bouncing straight up, which is showing some good bullish action. Should be able to fill that gap that's right here in the 140 area. But did we come here to learn about gap fills? No, we came here to learn about channels. So, channel. Channel. But if you're in Airbnb calls, I like it. You get 2 thumbs up on me. All right. So we have Airbnb. That is breakout momentum. This is consolidation area. Currently, right now, it's in the breakdown momentum. However, you can always go to different time frames. We go to the 1 hour. We see here that it's trying to curl its way up to break the trend here. If we go to 4 hour, we see here that you got a bullish hammer candle. So you might see some continuation, but it still hasn't breaking the trend yet. If we go to 5 minute and extend it, we can see here on the 5 minute, it's working its way up towards the top. Now we want to see, is it going to reject and work its way to the bottom of the range as it's been 200 days. All right, sorry about that. So we want to see if it's going to hit the top of the range and come back down to the bottom range, as you see here that it's been trading at the bottom half of the breakdown momentum. But if you can see here, lately it started to pick up a little bit of steam, and now it's starting to retest the top half. And if it can break above it, then you got to break out momentum where your calls are just going to start printing. However, once it reaches this top, if it rejects, you might want to get out of those calls because you don't want to bag hold it coming all the way down to the bottom of the channel there. And that's pretty much it on Airbnb right now. It's in that breakdown momentum, but it's trying to work its way to the upper half, and it's going to attempt to break out. And the breakout area is around that 144.14 mark. So 145 would be a great mark to put. If you see it break above that and hold, you can see some bullish continuation there. 145, if it hits that and rejects, you can probably see it break back down to around 136. Trent, you still want to pull up Bitcoin?
Sure.
Cool. One second. Bitcoin, Bitcoin of the people, Bitcoin. All right, got a little bit to the coin going on here. So do a screen share, a little coin gecko, get a little coin gecko on the screen. All right. All right. So we see here for Bitcoin starting December 12th, we were in a straight breakout momentum channel all the way until we broke that channel. We then became in a slight breakdown momentum channel. We see here this green candle, that's an engulfing candle, is now our confirmation that the trend is broken, which turned into a breakout momentum. And then once it dipped below the trend line here, we noticed that it broke trend for a second, but it didn't go. But it didn't close, so it actually continued. I don't know. All right, it actually continued. It didn't close below. It went below the trend line, which showed that it could have had possible reversal. So what we want to look for is the next candle for a confirmation. If it would have opened below the close of this candle, that would have been our confirmation that the trend would be going down. But it actually opened up above the close of the candle before, which signified that it was still going into the bullish continuation. However, we have a candle here that closed below the trend line. So what we want to do is look for a confirmation candle, which is the next candle. It opens up below the close of this candle, then we confirm that we have a new trend, which is the breakdown. If it opens up above, then that means that we're going to continuation into the breakout momentum. But we see here that this candle opened up below, so that means that we now turned into breakdown momentum. Then we have a bullish engulfing candle with a confirmation candle. Both of those mean trend reversal, which means breakout momentum. Okay, now we have here the candle that breaks below the trend. Now we're looking for one of two things again, guys, what we've been teaching all day. Confirmation candle, your next candle, a break, or I'm sorry, an open below the previous candle that's showing trend will confirm that we have a trend reversal. A candle that opens above the close of this candle will indicate that it's bullish and it's going to go back into the breakout momentum channel. However, we see here that this next confirmation candle creates a breakdown momentum. And then what happened here? We have a bullish engulfing candle with another confirmation candle. And exactly what I just told you guys 10 seconds ago. I know we smoked a lot of weed, but we didn't forget. Trend reversal, breakout momentum. You see here it's starting to go up, 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 up until what? This candle here. It's starting to trade below the trend line. Now, again, what are we waiting for? Confirmation candle. This confirmation candle didn't really tell us much. So what does that mean? We stay patient. That means we're kind of like in a small little consolidation window. It didn't go up, it didn't go down, it didn't give us a direction, it just stayed the same. Next candle, that's our confirmation candle. Once it broke below the close of the previous two candles, that was our indicator that we have a trend reversal. And right now, Bitcoin is in a breakdown momentum. So right now, I would be shorting Bitcoin if you can short Bitcoin because it's in the breakdown momentum and it needs to break this trend that it's in right here. Right now, you can see that it's a pretty steep breakdown momentum too. It's going pretty much kind of hard straight down. This one went kind of hard straight down too, but it had some buying pressure. This is not really showing much buying pressure here right now. So we're looking very bearish on Bitcoin at the moment. If we can see it, break, more than likely, all the trend reversals seem to be engulfing bullish candles. So if we can see a nice bullish engulfing daily candle on Bitcoin with the confirmation opening up above that close of that candle, then that's going to confirm that we have a trend reversal, either to the upside for breakout momentum, or we're going to consolidate. Bitcoin, I don't really see a consolidation area. Oh yeah, I guess this is an example of Bitcoin in a consolidation area. So it was breakout momentum here. Breakout momentum, got into consolidation area, candle broke the trend. You got small little breakdown momentum there. Again, sidewards trading, so you got a little consolidation, then you got a breakout with the confirmation here. So Bitcoin showing you that breakout momentum, then you got a breakdown trend here with confirmation. So you got a small little breakdown, then you got a little consolidation, then you got breakout momentum, a little consolidation, then you got breakout momentum, continue breakout momentum, continue, a little consolidation here, and then continuation to the charts that we drew here for Bitcoin. So if you're currently in Bitcoin, if you bought anywhere up here, that's pretty much the high, because right now it's in breakdown momentum, and you can draw your support lines from here to see where it's going to go down. But this is the trading channels of Bitcoin from the start of the year: breakout momentum, breakdown momentum, breakout, breakdown, breakout, breakdown, breakout, breakdown. So right now it's doing lower highs and lower lows, which is a bearish signal. That's the TA for Bitcoin. And I see that there's no more questions in the chat, so I'm assuming that covers everything that everyone wanted us to look over.
Thanks, Gabe. Great lesson.
No worries, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
This was recorded. It'll be posted on my YouTube.
Oh, awesome. Oh, damn. Is it still recording?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, hopefully you guys learned something
For
today.
sure.
Remember to upgrade to the Titan Trades VIP. $20 a month. You get the live Zoom, you get educations like this, you get access to a bunch of admin alerts and stuff like that. And make sure you visit the website if you want to book any one-on-one mentorships with any of the admins, including Trent himself. And hopefully you guys learned something, and I appreciate you guys, being active and asking questions on stuff today.
Awesome.